What's going on, guys? Crypto Poppy here. Let's get it.
Ya no sabes lo que pasa.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I appreciate your support. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe on the way in. If you like crypto and you like NBA Top Shot and you like NFTs, hit that like, hit that subscribe, because that's what we do on this channel. All right, let's get right down to business. We are going to talk about a few things today. I want to give you an update on where the crypto market is at. And I also want to do a little bit of a deep dive into Polkadot and tell you why I'm so bullish on Polkadot and why it is the coin that is number 3 on my list of coins when it comes to what fills up my blockfolio. All right, but let's get started. First of all, you know what, guys? Let's sit back and enjoy this for a second, because what I find truly amazing is that Bitcoin is sitting at 60K and Ethereum is sitting at 2150. They are both practically sitting at their all-time highs, but not just sitting there, they're consolidating at their all-time highs. And that is incredible news for crypto and incredible news for Bitcoin, because there's a couple reasons why I say that. Number one is, a lot of people say that Bitcoin cannot be trusted as a currency unless it stabilizes. So the fact that it's stable and it's sitting at all-time highs is really, really good news from that perspective. And, the other thing I love about it is the fact that, if we look at the Bitcoin chart, so if we look at the 2017 bubble and how that bubble popped, what we're accustomed to seeing when a bull market pops is you sort of get this parabolic rise up. This is the daily candle. So, Bitcoin saw some huge parabolic days. I mean, the last big candle that it printed on that parabolic run was a 23% candle. But from here all the way to here was 200% almost non-stop, basically with barely any breaks. But more importantly, when Bitcoin decided that enough was enough and this is a bubble and I gotta make some people feel some pain, it did that very quickly. I mean, it dropped 40% in 4 days, 5 days. And that's kind of what you typically expect to see when you see a market top. That aligns also to the 2013 bull market and aligns to many of the stocks that I have traded in my time, that they tend to have a parabolic run up. And that's when you got to be really, really careful, guys. If you see Bitcoin make a run from here, from 60 to 100, like really fast, where it just doesn't feel right, that to me could be the top. And that's where maybe you start to take some profit. But again, this is not financial advice, guys. You do you, I do me. But, nothing so far that I've seen, as I've been saying on this channel for a month, I'm still extremely bullish on Bitcoin and where we're at. And I'm loving this consolidation that's happening in the middle of a ferocious bull market, that we're actually sitting here and consolidating. I love that. What does this look like too? Like, check out this pattern here, okay? See this pattern here. And man, it looks an awful lot like Bitcoin looked when we were trying to get through 20K, which is right here. Right, this area. I recognize this area. As soon as I saw the pattern developing, I recognized it for what it looked like back when we were trying to hit 20K. We made a run up, previous to 20K, we came down, we went up again. We did make a new high, which is always good. We came down, and then we made my favorite double bottom. And from there, it was nothing but moonshot. And guys, history does not always repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme sometimes. And look, I mean, man, doesn't this look an awful lot like a double bottom and a pattern where over here we made a run up, right? Shots fired. We came down heavily. Then we made another run up. Boom, shots fired. Came down again. And now we've been making our way back up again. And we're sitting at near all-time highs. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. You do you, I do me. But I think you know, this could take a week, this could take two, but I really do think that we are in for some big green daily candles, some consecutive big green daily candles that take us up to the 75K mark, you know, above the 70K mark, somewhere between 70 and 75. And that's just the way I'm seeing it right now. And again, guys, do your own research, not a financial advisor. I'm only telling you how I'm sort of trading the market and how I'm looking at the market. So everything to me looks bullish. What do I always say? 21-day EMA, we're above the 21-day EMA, well above the 50-day EMA, and well above the 200-day EMA. So I have no reason right now to be bearish, and no reason to think that, you know, this is it and this is, you know, a double top and we're going to collapse from here like other people think. And you know what? Could be wrong. You never know. But I just don't think I am. I think we're going to see 70K Bitcoin fairly soon. All right. Look, if you're an ETH, guys, I mean, you've been enjoying ETH because ETH has been printing some new all-time highs. It actually printed a new all-time high today at 21.99. Wow. Talk about a lot of sell orders at 2200, right? So clearly that's our new, you know, big sort of resistance to get through. We almost hit 2200 2 days ago. We almost hit it today. Almost hit it here. So clearly, guys, 2200 is the big resistance level that we're aiming for and that we need to get above. And like I've said continuously on ETH, I'm very bullish on ETH. I think ETH's got a very bright future from here to, you know, the launch and the release of ETH 2.0. Whatever that may look like at this point, I still think that the news is sometimes stronger than, the rumors sometimes stronger than the news in crypto. And I think just the mere fact that ETH is preparing for some pretty big launches and releases coming up in the next few months tell me that I should be very, very bullish on ETH. Polkadot, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more detail, so stick around for that. Again, looks super good to me. It went through this big, huge consolidation period. It did come down from there. It did break from this triangle, broke downwards, but very quickly made its way back up and said, no way, guys, this is a fake out right here, okay? This was roughly drawn a triangle, a potential bullish flag. This to me looked very, very bullish. I said that on this channel at the time, but we ended up breaking down from there. However, when we broke down, that 55-day EMA, man, held us up and whoosh, right back up again, guys. We printed new all-time highs, and now Polkadot's coming down from its new all-time high that it printed 6 days ago at 40, well, how far did it get? Almost 47 cents. And they came down, it's at 40 cents, and it's doing some consolidation here, chilling out, just relaxing, you know, poolside, up above the 21-day EMA, 55-day EMA. Everything looks bullish. Everything looks good. Now, of course, guys, some of you have been texting me, how happy are some of you that invested in XRP? And some of you know that I said on this channel about a month ago that when something is down and out, when, you know, crypto is so much different to boxing, guys. Like, you know, in boxing, right, when somebody gets knocked out and the ref's counting and he's counting 6, 7, 8, and at that point you can pretty much look at the guy or girl and say, they're not going to make their way up from here. They're down and out. You know, that's it. Well, guys, in crypto, it's the complete opposite, I find. And so when you see a coin like XRP a month ago, when it took, I mean, you know, it's been bleeding for probably 3 months. Well, when did this happen? November. Yeah, I got crushed here. I don't know if I've ever said that on this channel, but I got crushed by XRP. The reason why I didn't buy any XRP, knowing that it was probably going to go up, is simply because I got crushed, and so did one of my best friends. You know, we got hit hard on XRP, and I just stay away from coins that crush me. It's just whatever. I kind of consider them like bad luck. So, you know, I get crushed, I move on to other things. But, guys, there was some telltale signs that this was a deprived coin, that was certainly trading way under its value. Obviously, the big thing with XRP that we've been waiting for is positive news around the court case, and there has been some positive news around the court case. Not like things are settled or anything, but this just show you this is a coin that's deprived of its value, and people are dying to buy into, and they're looking for any reason and any excuse to buy XRP. And look what's happened, right? As a result, little bit of good news goes a long way, and XRP is up. XRP is up 160% over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, in like a week. Oh my god, 8 days. Absolutely insane and bananas. Guys, if you're looking to get into XRP, you do you, I do me. For me personally, I'm not getting in at these levels. Even if I wanted to get into XRP, I wouldn't be getting in at these levels. I know a lot of people are saying XRP is going to the moon, it's going to $3, going to $2.50, going to $10, whatever. The point being is, guys, that, you know, if you miss this ride up, I would chill a little bit, and I'd wait and see if there's some panic selling that occurs, and then get back in. But don't buy when everybody else is buying, is my advice, and that's what's going on with XRP. Sure, it could double from here. It could definitely go to $3. I'm not saying that it can't, but this is fire, guys. This is playing with fire. When you're getting into a coin that is highly speculative, by the way, because I don't even believe in XRP's long-term value, period. I consider it a shitcoin that, you know, for me, I hope it dies someday. I could care less for it. Having said that, I don't hate it. I trade it. And there, you know, if you're looking to make money XRP, I'd be waiting to see if there's some panic selling. I don't recommend getting into something if you've missed the boat, and if you weren't in somewhere around here. It's just because, guys, when something goes up this much, it must come down, and that's just typically how crypto works. And so it's riskier now to get in, right? So your odds of doubling your money here in XRP and it hitting $3 now, because of the where it's at, it's riskier now than the potential losses of this thing just coming right back down because of any hint at any bad news related to the court case. All right, that's my advice. But guys, you do you. You know, doesn't mean that if you don't buy XRP now that you might not double your money. But if it was me, I would be looking to double my money somewhere else, somewhere that isn't so highly speculative, and somewhere that isn't up so much over the last little while. The other coin that has absolutely just been tearing faces off, guys, is Binance. Oh my goodness. I sold my Binance. I sold all of my Binance somewhere in and around early April, late March, I want to say. Actually, maybe not even, maybe mid-March. I think I sold my Binance mid-March. And I mean, oh man, look at it. It's just tearing faces off. The only reason I sold my Binance, guys, is not because I believe in it. I really do. But I diversified my gains into NBA Top Shot, as many of you know. And that was one of the coins that had to suffer in my blockfolio, because I have quite a few infrastructure coins already in Chainlink and Binance and Dot. These are all big infrastructure coins, and I felt like I needed to diversify a little bit. And I had made some really good money on Binance from its run up here, right? And I just figured, you know, it's time for me to sell some of my profits over here, and it is what it is. Hey, do I wish I didn't? Of course, probably double my money by now since then, but it's all good. I've got my money tied up in other assets that I strongly believe in anyway. All right, so let's talk about these infrastructure coins, and in particular, I want to focus on DOT today, and I want to tell you why I'm so bullish on Polkadot. There's a number of big reasons why. There's probably 3 big reasons why I'm bullish on Polkadot. And so let's dive in a little bit onto Polkadot. The vision for Polkadot is to build a blockchain for blockchains. And so the number one biggest reason why I am big on Polkadot is because of who is building Polkadot, and namely Dr. Gavin Wood. If you don't know the name, Dr. Gavin Wood is the founder, the co-founder of Ethereum. That's right, the other big infrastructure coin that is extremely successful that I am really big on as well. And why Gavin built Polkadot, in his words, is that really, you know, Polkadot is what his vision was for Ethereum. The thing is that Ethereum took off and gained mass adoption and gained so much adoption that it became very difficult to actually develop Ethereum further. And for example, ETH 2.0 has been in the works since the inception of Ethereum, is what he says. But he knew that it was going to take many, many years to be able to actually evolve and develop Ethereum based on how much really how many people were on the platform. And the more adoption that it got, the harder that it becomes to actually change the platform. And so he built Polkadot in a way, I see it as a disruptor to Ethereum, sure, but he sees it as something that will play along with Ethereum and every other blockchain out there. So he sees it as something that's more of blockchain for blockchains rather than, come to Ethereum and build your applications on Ethereum and you're kind of stuck inside of the Ethereum ecosystem. He sees Polkadot as something that is a lot more inviting to all of the other blockchains. And I'll explain that a little bit further. But right now, my point here is that one of the hardest things to do when you're determining whether to invest in a cryptocurrency is to figure out who the team is. And so sometimes these teams are just some people that have profiles on LinkedIn, and sure, sometimes they look legit and they look like people that worked for big companies before. And most of them, 99% of the teams, you're not going to recognize their names, especially if they haven't been involved in crypto in the past. That was one of the big things with the ICO craze in 2017, where everybody and their mother was creating a cryptocurrency, and it was really impossible to figure out who's legit and who isn't. And the pattern I saw was just a lot of big company executives moved to cryptocurrency. But who's to say that just because you worked at IBM or you worked at Microsoft or you worked at Dell or you worked any big company that you'd be a good startup guy or girl? That's just not necessarily how you want to evaluate a team. And so this is one very easy way, is if you have a guy who's already built the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, now, building another one, that's a pretty good sign that you may want to get involved in that. And that, chances are they're going to succeed. Not always, of course. But, Gavin Wood is he's not any regular other person trying to build a cryptocurrency. So that really excites me in terms of the team. Where Polkadot is at today is, Polkadot is live, and it's really difficult to talk about Polkadot without talking about Kusama. And so I think of Polkadot and Kusama as, they're not one and the same. They're two different products, but they're sister companies, they're cousin companies, whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, Polkadot, consider it the main net. It's where sort of the main applications are being developed on top of, and Kusama is sort of the test net for Polkadot. And so Kusama is where people are actually going to first, and Kusama was built on the Polkadot blockchain, Polkadot principles. A lot of the things are the same, except for the fact that Kusama is a little bit more risk taking, and so it's sort of a playground. It's where people can go in and develop and break stuff. And I'm really, really big on both Polkadot and Kusama, and I have owned both coins for quite a long time. Kusama's been on a massive run as well, and it's doing great. And so let me sort of take a stab at explaining Polkadot to you in layman's terms, because I know a lot of people on this channel are not technical, and it's difficult when you're talking about an infrastructure coin. It's really difficult not to explain it without getting super technical, but I'm going to make my best attempt at doing this. And I've been thinking about what analogy works well. And you hear the concept of communities a lot. Crypto communities and the Polkadot community and the Ethereum community. And it actually strikes me as communities being probably one of the easiest ways to describe the difference between an infrastructure coin like Ethereum and an infrastructure coin like Polkadot. And so let's take a look at how Ethereum was designed and what Ethereum's issues are today. And so let's say this is Ethereum. And sorry, I'm doing this with my mouse, so I apologize for you're going to get some really chicken scratch on here. So just follow along. And so Ethereum, let's consider it a community, okay? And so inside of this community, we have hospitals, right? We have fire stations. Okay, we've got, let's say, right, we got a bunch of little condos over here, right, that are being developed inside this community. And what else? What else? I don't know. We got some water over here. We got some grass over here. And, you know, we got some roads, right? We got some roads that connect up, you know, these, you know, members of these communities. And we've got cars, right? We got cars here. You know, let's call these guys Uber. Oh my God, that is a really ugly look. Is that really a car? And we got, you know, so we got some Uber drivers going on in the community. And so we got this really amazing, thriving community. The problem with Ethereum is that consider that the way that Ethereum was architected is it doesn't have the ability to go and buy adjacent land, right, as it needs to scale. So let's say that Ethereum is stuck because it cannot buy any adjacent land. And so what's happening is that more and more cars are being built, more and more cars are being put on the road, more and more fire stations and hospitals, more and more users and people are moving into the community. And now you've got this community that is just overwhelmed with the number of people in it. It can't really grow because it's not feasible to buy more adjacent land. And they're trying to do their best at this point to restructure the architecture in a way that it will have more land so that there are more users that can come onto the network. And right now, Ethereum is just a congested network where Uber drivers are killing you with fees, gas fees, to take you from one place to another. And so that's the big problem that Ethereum has today. It's a community that grew really fast with a lot of demand, where most of the real life applications in crypto are sitting on top of. And at the end of the day, the only way that Ethereum can fix its problems now is to rebuild the community on adjacent land, rebuild the infrastructure, rebuild the way hospitals are done, fire stations are done, and then move everybody. This is ETH 2.0 over here. So this is 2.0. And in order to get to ETH 2.0, we need to build it all out, and then we need to migrate all of these users over to ETH 2.0. This is extremely disruptive. It takes a long time, and it's the only way that, you know, that we can actually continue to protect all of the investors in this community, as well as the app developers and the app builders in this community. And that's the way it's going to be done. And when we get to ETH 2.0, when we get to, let's call this the promised land, you know, Ethereum is going to actually be able to deliver on its big promise. However, I believe that there is a lot of room for many infrastructure coins to survive in the future. And so for me, let's talk about now the difference between ETH and how Polkadot is developed. So let me describe Polkadot to you. And so let's say this is Polkadot, the community. And in this community, we have hospitals and we have fire stations. The difference with what Polkadot has as a vision for the infrastructure coin is that they want to build this community as a sort of way of enabling you to build your own community. So you're going to be able to take the, let's call it the blueprint for a community, and very quickly, in the matter of minutes, actually be able to build your own blockchain. And so, you know, that's one of its use cases, is that they look to be sort of the blueprint for how to build a blockchain quickly. And so that's, you know, with Ethereum, you're pretty much building on top of Ethereum. You're learning Ethereum. You're learning how to build a blockchain. You're learning a lot of things. But Polkadot's vision is that you're going to build your own blockchain, your own community in this case, and you're going to leverage their hospitals, their fire stations, their security. So this perimeter, right, in Polkadot is secured in every blockchain. And it has governance as well, right? It has security. And you're going to be able to leverage all of these amazing things that have already been built out to go and build your own blockchain. But not only that, guys, not only can you build your own blockchain in your own community, you can build roads into other blockchains. And you can build road into other blockchains, like, for example, Bitcoin. Is that the Bitcoin symbol? Really ugly version of it. And you can build roads and bridges into heterogeneous blockchains that look similar, blockchains that don't. In fact, I think I heard Gavin Wood say in one of his documentaries that it doesn't even have to be a blockchain, which is pretty impressive. So at the end of the day, right, they want to be sort of the builders of blockchains that allow and make it easier for everyone else to interoperate with other blockchains as well as build their own blockchains. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm so big on Polkadot, because this architecture is going to allow it to scale, because their vision is that we're going to do all the stuff here that everybody else does that's sort of common to a blockchain. You're going to build your own, but the idea is we're going to give out 100 slots. 100 communities are going to be able to join this community and take advantage of the security and the governance, and people are going to bid on those slots via Kusama. But again, the idea is that those 100 slots will, for example, people will build and become experts at something within that community. So let's say that we wanted one of the slots to basically help fight COVID. And, this community is going to specialize in fighting COVID. And so you have a blockchain for fighting COVID. Illustratively speaking, you have a community that's going to try different things with their, segment their community off. And maybe these guys will try lockdowns, and maybe these guys will try nothing, like some countries that we know that will rename unnamed. And then these ones, we're going to give them the vaccine. And it's sort of, the resulting community is going to be experts at, fighting COVID. And then, every other community is going to be able to benefit from the knowledge that this community has learned. And then you may have another community over here that's going to focus on sports, and they're going to, build the best athletes in the world, and so on and so forth. And so that's sort of the idea behind Polkadot, is that you're going to build, Gavin Wood has built a framework and the foundation for a successful community, but the idea is that others are going to build communities on top of that, and that they're going to be specialized, and they're going to be the best at whatever it is that they decide to get into. And there'll be 100 of those slots that people will bid and buy and invest in Polkadot. And that is why, guys, I see Polkadot as just something that is here to stay. Whether Ethereum, and by the way, guys, ETH 2.0 looks to resolve a lot of the things that Polkadot is doing. But just always remember, guys, that Polkadot will always be able to remain more nimble, and especially with the Kusama community, right? That it'll always be more nimble. Sure, it'll have more failures, but it'll have the ability to sort of disrupt and change the way they do things way faster than Ethereum ever will. And so I think there's room for Polkadot in the future. I think there's room for Ethereum in the future. So I hope that describes to you guys why I'm so big on Polkadot. I tried to do it in a way that maybe you can understand and you can relate to, because at the end of the day, Polkadot is an infrastructure coin, which is a highly technical thing to describe to people. From a, where do I think Polkadot is going? Look, guys, not financial advice. You do you, I do me. But look, I don't see a reason why Polkadot doesn't hit $100 within the next, let's say 6 months. But I think it's going to happen way sooner than that. I really see Polkadot continuing to make the run that it's been making for ever now. If we look to what it did in December, from December till now, it's up 850%, guys. That is a massive run up. ETH hasn't done that. Bitcoin hasn't done that. If I was going to choose a coin that is not necessarily Bitcoin or ETH, I choose Polkadot every single time. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, I appreciate your support. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Guys, if you're wondering, I did get a legendary pack for NBA Top Shot, and I'm going to open it up tomorrow on Plunge Father's YouTube. Don't worry, I'll talk about it here as well, and I'll send a link here as well. I'm excited to open that pack. All right, guys, checking out for the night. Love you all. Peace.